In FC and iSCSI, we have provisioned LUN from the storage end Okay, we have provisioned this LUN from the storage and formatted from ESXi. Okay, now, so here we formatted with VMFS file system because ESX needs VMFS file system to read and write. Now we are discussing about third model called NAS. It's called Network Attached Storage. Here the file system is called NFS. Network File System. It's a different file system compared to FAT, EXT. Okay, so it's a new file system. Like VMFS, there is a new file system called Network File System. But this storage architecture is called Network Attached Storage. But with the benefits of NFS, cost-effective storage solution, it is popular with its file system name. People call it as NFS storage instead of NAS storage. It's supposed to be NAS storage, but there are so much benefits with NFS. That's why people addicted to its file system name instead of its technical storage name. Okay, people call it as NFS storage. Now we'll see how it works and advantage. We have an ESXi machine, network storage, network switch, and a Windows or Linux machine, physical server with a Linux or Windows operating system. Two network switches. There will be no storage switches. It will be existing network switches are enough. That means we can avoid two more switches and dedicated storage. Here we don't need to buy storage arrays like FC and iSCSI. We don't need to buy storage arrays, so it will be very less cost effective. And everything here from ESXi machine to the physical server. This is a, let's say, physical server running with either Windows or Linux. Any operating system can be installed. Okay. So physical server with Windows or Linux. Or nowadays, like even very cost effective small storage NFS storage arrays also available. Very cheap storage arrays also available compared to FC and iSCSI. Okay. So here we are avoiding two more switches. Complete dedicated array we are not buying. In the existing network itself, we are dedicating one physical server with have more hard disk. Let's say C drive is having 100 GB, D drive is having 2 terabyte. If it is small company, basically prefer this kind of architecture and all the benefits that we get, whatever benefits we get with FC and iSCSI storage, here also we can get those benefits. Okay, the backend mechanism is copper cables, same like iSCSI. Switches, adapters, etc. are made up of copper. There is no dedicated storage architecture. Even the team also we don't need. Windows person itself can manage Windows or Linux guy. Cost effective solution. It gives less performance than FC and iSCSI. And it's called object based storage as well. Object based storage or file storage. Normally, small organizations will prefer. So now not only small organizations, even enterprise level organizations, based on their local profit, they will use the storage arrays accordingly. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, copper cable, same like iSCSI storage, copper cable switches, adapters are used here as well. And no dedicated storage architecture. That means you don't need to buy storage switches, no need to buy storage arrays. Okay. And then cost effective. So we can reduce lot of cost by maintaining within the network itself. In the existing network itself, we are connecting. And we don't need to have a separate team as well. Windows team or Linux team itself can manage this storage as well. Obviously, we get less performance than FCR iSCSI. So FCR and iSCSI, it's called block storage. You need to find the difference. What is between the difference between block storage and file storage? Okay. FC and iSCSI are called block-based storage. The allocation of the storage, writing the data are completely different in file storage versus block storage. So in block storage, the allocation will be block by block. Here, file by file, based on usage, it will store the data in NFS. So for more information, you just Google what is the difference between block storage versus file storage. And normally small organizations will prefer, but companies like storage companies itself, let's say Dell EMC is a storage company. Dell EMC in countries like Sri Lanka, they are getting less profits there. Okay, small organization, even though it is a storage company itself, in let's say Sri Lanka, they are getting less profit. They don't buy expensive storage and keep it there. Even though they are manufacturer, they will keep based on local profit. They'll use the IT infrastructure also. Okay, so they will place NFS storage systems. So like based on usage only, people will use, but small companies will prefer NFS organization. We get all the benefits like an FC and iSCSI. Performance we need to compromise, okay? But rest everything we get it. So depends on application. Few applications will not work with file storage. They need block storage only. So those kind of dependencies also will be there. That's fine. Like once we have some customer is using NFS, how to technically get a storage connected to a ES6 machine. If it is a physical server, have lot of hard disk, 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte, based on our company needs, they will buy hard disks here. In existing network, one of the physical server. Running with, you can install Windows or Linux. If it is Windows, there is a feature called NFS. You need to enable that feature NFS. If it is Linux machine, there is a feature called NIS. We need to enable that feature in this machine. Okay, Windows Server comes with lot of features, but by default, all will not be enabled. Whichever feature we need to enable that. Okay, now we need NFS here. In this case, we need NFS. Enable NFS feature. Once you enable NFS feature here, and this machine is called NFS server, because we enabled NFS feature here. Okay, now we need this machine IP address or name to connect to the ESXi machine. That's fine. That's fine. This machine is called NFS server. Now, once NFS feature is enabled, we can share the folder inside the D drive as a NFS share. Once we enable that feature, then only we will be able to share folders inside this machine as NFS sharing. Normal sharing is different. NFS sharing is different. Okay. Normal sharing is just a file share from one computer to another computer. We can do in laptops also. But NFS sharing, it is available only in the machine where you have enabled that NFS feature. NFS feature you can enable only in server operating system, not the client operating system. Okay, Windows servers or Linux servers. So once you enable, we can create NFS share here. That means file system is defined here itself. Linux machine called NFS mount point. Okay. Linux machines, they call it as NFS mount. In Windows machine, we call it as NFS share. Okay, NFS share or mount. Fine. No. So once we, that means when we are creating a NFS share here on this D drive, SharePoint is created. So that means file system is decided already. Even before connecting to the ESXi machine, file system is already prepared here. Now from the ESXi point of view, we just connect that NFS file system. So ESX machine can read and write only from VMFS. Then why? How can it read and write on NFS partition? It is also allowed to support small clients. The ESXi architecture is changed to read and write from NFS storage as well. Apart from VMFS file system, now ESXi machine can read and write from NFS file system also. Got it? So from now onwards, if there is NFS or VMFS, any of the partition, ESX machine can read and write on it. Now the NFS file system is already created. We need to just attach from the ESXi machine. In older, like in FCL iSCSI, here we create just a partition. From ESXi machine, we format with VMFS. But here it is not like that. File system is already created here. You just attach it. Okay. You just attach from the storage. Okay. Now we need to see how to create NFS data store from using this partition. Okay. Any question here?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
No. We clear. We can go right.
Okay, thanks. As of now, a power outage here. We cannot connect to our server and see that how it works. Okay, so I'll show you when it's possible. I'll show you how to create an NFS. I'll give you. It's not our task to create an NFS share and present from the storage end, but still we'll see here. As we don't have a storage team here, we create NFS. Okay. Log into NFS server. Create a folder. D column. Right click on it. NFS share. Share this folder. then allow root access, make it as read write. Let's give OK. NFS share is created. So simple, even we can create on Windows. But real time Windows guys, they will limit disco quotas and all. So based on that, we can restrict the capacity as well. But here we don't need such things and all, but we can create a folder and present it. Once we present this, once we create as NFS share, the team, whoever created that NFS share in that computer, they should share NFS server name and that share folder name. We don't know on which machine they have enabled NFS server feature, right? NFS feature. They should share that feature, that machine IP address or name. And in that machine, there may be multiple folders. We don't know which folder they have presented as a NFS share. They should give us the NFS share name as well. Okay. Now we'll see how to create NFS data store. From ESXi machine, say right click, storage, new data store. Select NFS, enter data store name, NFS server name, NFS share name. That's okay, that's it. It will be created as an NFS data store. Okay, I think power restored. It will take some 10 minutes to power on our ESXi machine. Okay, so basically in FC and iSCSI, when you have multiple hosts, okay, even though they connected to the same physical switches, if you create as a data store from one host and rescan another host, it will automatically visible. In this case, if you want to present one NFS partition to multiple hosts, we have attached as a NFS data store from one host. From that data store, You go and right click on it, you see add host. Attached to multiple host option will be there. Click on it. You need to select whichever host you want to connect. Just select and say OK, it will be connected. Okay. It's a little different than FC and iSCSI. Adding NFS partition to multiple hosts is something different. Okay, so now we'll see once the host comes up. Takes some more time. Meanwhile, if anyone has any questions, please let me know.
Anna, is there any configuration files of NFS server?
Yes, server definitely NFS configuration file will be there, but it is not in the ESXi, it will be in the storage side. We have to enable just VHR. Configuration file will be there for Linux machines. Windows machines, it's just a VHR.
Okay. Same as like VMs.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there are multiple LUNs, right? How many can we connect to an ESXi machine? We can say like we can connect multiple LUNs to an ESXi machine. How many? So maximum 512 LUNs. We can create and we can attach to a single ESXi machine. And one data store, maximum how much capacity? Let's say we created 30 GB capacity. It supports up to 4 terabyte, 12 terabyte. So what is the maximum? Maximum 64 terabyte. So entire SAN array also we can create as a one single data store, 64 terabyte. But nobody will use that much capacity. It's a maximum supported. Nobody will use that much capacity. So people will follow like 4 terabyte, 6 terabyte mostly. Depends on the architects how they design their platform. But most of the cases across worldwide, 4 and 6 terabyte widely used max LUNs, max LUN capacity. One single LUN capacity will be either 4 or 6. But it's up to depends on the client how they the architecture how they have defined that. Somebody will be using 2 terabyte. Some people will be using 10 terabyte. Even there are few data stores with 12 terabyte also. NFS servers and Exchange servers will be having more disk space, so they will be having more terabyte also. One machine itself will have 10 terabyte. So depends, but it's widely used. Standards are 4 and 6. Based on necessity, we can create any number of capacity up to 64 terabyte. Clear?
Yeah, clear. I'm clear. Frequently, we came up with soft mount and hard mount. So, what is the difference between those?
Where is it? From the storage end and from ESXi?
Yeah, from ESXi and storage as well.
I don't think from the ESXi machine there is no such soft mount or hard mount. If storage level, if they have anything, I'm not sure.
Yeah, sorry. Cold migration and hot migration. Yeah.
Okay. Hot migration is I think we have not yet covered. We are in storage only, right? It will take 4 more days to reach that point. So it's migrating a powered on VM. If VM is in power on condition, we can migrate from one host to another host. That's called hot migration. If you power off a VM and migrate to another host, it's called cold migration. We will discuss completely about that migrations later. After 4 days, we will discuss that migrations. Any other questions? Meanwhile, we get our ES6I Act. It's coming up. So we'll just brief again. So if you have a small client who doesn't have that much budget for iSCSI and FC to get the vSphere benefits, you can still use those benefits using NFS storage. We no need to have a dedicated storage architecture. In the existing network connectivity itself, okay, we can attach the storage. Network attached storage. We need to enable a feature called NFS or NIS inside that physical dedicated machine. Once we enable NFS, it's called NFS server. Okay, NFS server, we need to know its IP address and our host name. That will be shared by the person who enabled this feature. And then once you enable NFS, there is a feature called NFS sharing. Now, instead of normal sharing, NFS sharing can be done. Enable NFS sharing. Once you enable NFS sharing, from the ES6I machine, we can attach that partition as a data store. Okay, so in the existing network itself, we are able to connect to the storage and we can get all the benefits like whatever the benefits that you get in FC and iSCSI. Okay, shared storage benefits. So here everything is used above copper material, copper cables, copper switches, not okay. And it's cost effective than FC and iSCSI. Okay, first is up. Okay, we will enable that feature also now itself. Let's see, once this machine is up, we can enable NFS here. It should be server OS only. If you try it on client OS, it will not work. This is a Windows machine. We'll see if it has IP address. I'm testing connectivity with 240, our ES6I machine, it's working. So we'll do one thing. I will turn off its firewall. Okay, now I want to enable a feature called NFS in this machine. So before that, we'll just verify whether it is enabled or not. So there is a disk with 100 GB capacity. I'll create a folder, name as, okay, let's say NFS LUN 89. NFS. Remember this name. We need this. This is going to be NFS share name. NFS LUN 89. Right click, properties. You see sharing. This is normal sharing. It should be NFS sharing, but it is not showing NFS sharing here because NFS feature is not enabled. To enable this, go to tools and the server open next to start button. There is an icon which is called server manager. Click on it. Click on manage, add roles and features. Next, on this local machine, there will be a feature called file server for network storage will be there. Server for network storage. Yeah, server for NFS. Yes, add feature. Okay. Next, you don't need to select anything. It will automatically install. Okay, it's installed. Now we'll go ahead and verify that file share again. Just right click, properties. Now you can see NFS sharing is enabled. Before it was not there. Once I enable NFS, it is NFS sharing enabled. Click on NFS, manage NFS sharing, share this folder, permissions, allow root access, read and write. That means we can store some data also. If you say read only, by default read only will be there. We cannot place any new data. So read and write, we can place new data as well. Click on OK, apply, OK, close. Just refresh here, the icon will change. As of now, it's a plain yellow color icon. Just refresh, changes, but fine. Even if it is not changed, that's fine. Okay, so it will work. But remember the name NFS LUN 89. Properties, NFS sharing. You can see here it is already shared. It was earlier, it was shared, not shared. If you see if you create one more folder, you'll see the difference. Properties, see not shared. Path also it's not showing. If you see this one, NFS sharing shared already. Okay, NFS LUN 89, and this machine IP address is 148. NFS server name we got it. Share folder name also we got it. Okay, now go to the ESXi machine. See if our vCenter is up. I need to add some host entries to connect to the vCenter. So that's a one-time task that we need to add host entry for name resolution that we will discuss later, DNS topic. So here administrator at vsphere.local. Okay, select the ESXi machine, right click. Creating NFS data store is so simple. Data store, select NFS. If it is iSCSI or NFS, FC, select VMFS. If it is NFS, select NFS. NFS 3. We still use NFS older version. 4.1 comes with an extra feature called CHAP, Challenge Handshake Authentication Protocol, like pin-based communication. While configuring the NFS partition, we set a pin. The same pin should be used here as well. Same like your debit card pin. If you already configured a pin and switch 5, you need to enter the pin number as well. If matches, then only you will be able to withdraw it. Same way, if you select NFS, we have 4.1. We need to enter one passcode which is used in the NFS share creation. But in this case, we are not using, so we are still using the older method 3. Next, here data store you need to enter. This will be your choice. However you want, you can enter. But based on the existing data store name, you use it. But fine, I will create it as NFS LUN 80. Let's say NFS data store 09. Folder name, it should be exactly same name as how we created. Small letters NFS LUN 89. However, we have created in the NFS share server, right? We should be entering the same way. Small letters and capital letters should be same. And the server name, we know it's 148. Next, finish. We go to data stores and see if it is connected. Yes, NFS data store 09 is created. If you select that LUN, you can understand from where is it coming from. It's coming from 192.168.0.148 and name is, folder name is NFS LUN 89. Very important, select the data store summary tab for NFS. Now if you, this is connected to only one host. If you want to connect it to multiple hosts, right click on it. You'll see an option called mount data store to additional hosts. Other hosts you need to select. If there are ESXi hosts in the vCenter, it will be displayed here. As of now, no host there. Nothing can be done. No host. If you have another host, try it out. Right click, mount data store to additional host. It will be connected to other ESXi host. Clear? NFS, right click, storage, NFS. Here you need to enter the NFS folder name and server name. So we'll create one more folder. So here only we create, we'll name it as NFS LUN 90. Right click, properties, NFS sharing, manage NFS sharing, share this folder, permissions, allow root access, read write. You don't need to worry about this sharing, so this will be done by somebody else. We don't do this one. NFS LUN 90. Now we can create one more LUN here. This say NFS DS 90. NFS LUN 90. The first one is our choice. You can name it anything. You can name it your name also. It will work. But second one, the folder name, you should be entering exactly the same way. 48. Next, finish. One more data store is created. 100 GB capacity. You can create any number of folders to practice. Clear with NFS? Any questions?